Welcome to MBS Academy Real Lives, and today we're talking to Lucy Gray, who is a yoga teacher and massage therapist. Hi Lucy, nice to see you. How are you today?
Hi Jackie, very well, thank you.
Would you like to tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So my name's Lucy. I'm a yoga teacher and massage therapist. So I've been teaching yoga full time for just over 2 years, and a massage therapist for 6 or 7, on and off. And I've been living between England and France, and just travelling around a fair bit, but finally come back to the south of France now to settle here since September, October last year, with my partner, and working on setting up the business here and trying to share yoga with as many people as I can here in the south of France until the unfortunate COVID-19 hit.
Yes. Yes, but I know that you've still been very active during this time. You've taken all your classes online, I believe. How's that been? How have you found that experience?
Yeah, absolutely. Nerve-wracking. So it was a big learning curve with all the technology, because I'm really not very good with that. If my phone needs updating, I'll just pass it to my other half and say, can you sort it out? I just hate it. So I've had to learn so much to do with that, which has been great, a challenge. It's always good to challenge ourselves. And on the other side, it's given me the confidence to do this kind of interaction that I've never had the confidence to do, which is really, really good. It's taken a lot of breathing to be able to stay calm, but I'm getting there, I'm getting through it slowly but surely. The biggest thing for me is that I've been able to share this with my students and more people as well that have joined that I don't even know face to face yet. Which has been amazing, and I've had some lovely feedback from people saying how much it's helping them, and they, really look forward to their 1 or 2 weekly yoga classes to structure their day, or to have that time out. So it's been really, really great.
Yeah. What do you think the benefits are of yoga, especially during this time?
I originally found yoga, we all find yoga through the physical aspect. That's mainly how we find it, which is the postures that we see a lot on social media and stuff, of gymnastics, etc. So we all kind of find it through that. And then once you learn a bit more about it and develop your practice, you understand a bit more that it's all to do with your breathing. And the breathing is key in all yoga, and it's really, really important for our mental health, because depression and anxiety all have an effect on our nervous system. And to keep it very simple, without getting into all the scientific facts about it or the evidence that we've found, is that it impacts by breathing deeply, for example, or slowly. We activate a nerve that runs from our tummy to our brain, and we tell our brain that we're safe and that we're calm, and vice versa as well. It works in both directions. So just simple breathing techniques can really, really help us in these times to reduce the anxiety, reduce the stress, panic, and the lows that we feel. I'm sure everyone else, me included, are going through these waves up and down of highs and lows, and yoga can really, really help with that.
Yeah, because my understanding of the breathing is, obviously if you are hyperventilating, then you're breathing very high up in the chest, and if you're actually physically breathing really deep into the diaphragm, it's physically impossible to feel stressed. It's impossible for the body to be in a stressed state. And I really...
Yeah, absolutely. So chest breathing is what we tend to do. So it's kind of, if you look at, if you watch babies or young children, they all breathe into their tummy. It's our natural breath of how we learn, is sort of, and also the Buddha tummy, where he sits here with this big round thing. He says, I'm not fat, I'm fat. And that's what we breathe into in and out, and it's that is our natural breathing. But as we get older, stressed, sitting at desks, sitting at within school or at work, we tend to collapse, and including our posture by sort of rounding the spine, we're stopping stopping all the space for our diaphragm to move. So therefore we're not breathing down deeply into the lower lungs, in fact, which is where it's more efficient to breathe into the lower lungs.
Yes. And I think also with the virus at the moment, I saw a video online about breathing exercises that they're doing in intensive care units to clear lungs, and it is all about breathing deeply. So I think not only will it help to reduce general stress, but it helps your immune system as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has a psychological and a physiological effect on the body, and they're both linked. I mean, we can't, our brain and our body are linked, and working on one will work on the other naturally, and it is really, really good for improving our immune system and lung capacity.
I'm sorry, and what?
And the lung capacity.
The lung capacity, yes. Yes, for sure. You've recently done a really interesting course, I believe, on the connection between mental health and yoga. What sort of takeaways did you get from that course? What sort of things could you, in a few sentences, could you give to people?
Elongate your exhale. So however you breathe, whether you breathe through your mouth or through your nose, or whether you find, first of all, bring a bit of attention to notice how you're breathing. I think that's the first thing, is to realize if you're breathing through your chest or your tummy, if you breathe fast or slow. And I go through this a lot in my yoga classes to bring awareness to the body. It's a mindfulness technique as well. So I'd start with just finding out how you naturally breathe. And it changes as well from moment to moment and day to day. And then elongate the exhale. So breathe in normally. And then when you breathe out, consciously just breathe out for a bit longer than you normally would, or a bit longer than the inhale is. So you could use a count, inhale for 2, exhale for 4, for example. And just by doing that, you're sending a message to your brain from your tummy to be calm. And that is a really, really good way to start with, because sometimes we can try to learn how to breathe, and we breathe in and fill our chest or fill our tummy, and it stresses us more. So just go with your natural breath to start with, but start with elongating the exhale.
But I think it's something that you actually need to practice as well, isn't it? It's like anything. If you want to learn a new technique, if you want to build up muscle, you can only do that if you practice. So learning new breathing techniques to help our immune system reduce our stress is something which you have to practice.
It needs practice. It needs constant practice, like anything. However, the beauty of this is that you can do it sat on the couch while you're watching TV. You can do it while you're reading a book.
Sounds like my kind of exercise.
Yeah, there we go.
We in France have been given the date of the 12th of May for things to change. Things are going to maybe, I think it's to emphasise the maybe bit, start to get back to some sort of normality. How do you think that will affect people? What do you think will be some of the issues from that?
I feel, I don't know, I'm not qualified enough to speculate on how this is going to go, but my personal feelings are that people are going to be a little bit more afraid, I'm guessing, to go out to join social interactions, such as a yoga class or Pilates or whatever your choice of sport is. So I think that's going to impact everyone, because those kind of things are what keep us together as a community as well, and they're so good for our mental health. Interaction, social interaction is just so important for our mental health. So I think that will have an impact, but we've just, I think, got to wait and see what we're allowed to do, what precautions we can take, and we'll just try and deal with this as best we can. Really.
Yes, and I think just have some common sense over it, isn't it? Really. I don't think that on the 12th of May it'd be very sensible to suddenly throw a wild party with all your neighbours. I think it is about taking sensible precautions, continue to hand wash. Maybe we may even be given the directive that we have to wear a mask outside. But maybe with these precautions in place, we'll be able to, start joining small yoga groups, or start maintaining distance, meeting up with friends. Absolutely. And perhaps taking a couple of classes just to get the trust back up to get back into the routine of socializing.
Sure, and I think the precautions are so important, and wearing masks, washing the hands, using the gel, keeping that social distance is really, really important. But it is achievable, and still have that interaction, like you say, is a small yoga class with limited numbers, with good space in the room, or the sewing classes and etc. That you can create the space between people. So that we're not on top of each other, we've got that distance, but we still can talk to people and have a laugh and a joke and see people smile,
Yes. Have something else to take home to talk to your partner about at the end of the day. It's been great talking to you, Lucy, and thank you so much for joining me today. If people want to contact you about your classes, possibly about massage or about learning breathing techniques, because I know you do meditation as well, how can they contact you?
So I think all my details on the website, mbsacademy.com, and also on my website, lucylouyoga.com, and Facebook and Instagram are Lucy Lou Yoga as well. So I'm pretty active on most of them, as much as I can. Now I'm learning how to do it all.
Yes.
So anyone can drop me a message anytime, and we could chat.
That's great. And just to let you know that anybody that's watching this on YouTube, all the links will be in the video below. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. These talks will also be available on many podcast platforms. For us to continue to be able to do these conversations with people about their real lives, we need your support. So please like, share, and we can continue to provide many, many stories which help other people with their own lives. Thank you very much, Lucy, and I hope to see you in person very soon.
Thanks, Jackie. You too.